G'day everyone, welcome back to Coast. We've got a very special guest joining us in the studio. Unsure how we got him, busy man. Have a look at this stuff though. So he's club champion, life member, Brownlow, All-Australian. He's a multiple waffle flag winner. I'm running out of breath getting him through it all. Why don't we whack a sand over in there as well? Matt Priddis. Mate, I know you hated that intro. You hated it. But thanks for joining us. How you doing?
I'm going really well. It's good to be here.
Thanks, man. You look good, as always. You're never coming in looking like a bit of a fat mess. I used to get texts all the time from mates being like, mate, I saw Matt Priddis on the coast again running. Like, is that his job? Is he full-time coast patrol? Have you calmed down on the exercise front? What's going on?
I would love to do way more. I try to get 2 runs in a week. Just try to have a little swim down at Sereno as much as we can with the kids and that sort of thing. But
Ash is tolerable of two a day?
Yeah, 2 a day.
Of 2 a week? She's all right with that?
Yeah, mate. So, Tuesday mornings and a little Saturday jog. So, no, it's good, mate. I coach in lots of kids' sport at the moment, particularly basketball, and I think I just try to stay active, keeping up with them, which has been great fun.
Well, 240 games, so I wanted to know what kind of wear and tear you've got now. I spoke to JK last week. He's going in for more surgery on the knee. That's bung. Talk to other players that have fallen apart, and then I want to see where you're at. That's a lot of notches on the belt.
I think the more you move and keep your body active, the less sore you get. I find if you do have a week or 2 off of no exercise, everything starts aching. So, just general wear and tear sort of stuff with sore knees and back, mate. But my way of looking at it, just keep moving for as long as you can. And, because when they do pack it in, I reckon you'll miss it.
I'd love to say that you've driven all the way out here from the northern suburbs to see me and to get in front of a camera, but it's not the case. So what are you doing here and what are you offering up?
Right now we're about to go talk to the first and third year players, which I'm really excited about. So it's an interesting part of your career. You're in a big learning phase. So I'm just going to try to reflect on some of the things that I found difficult, some of the things that I would do differently, and the things that you love most about being in a footy club. I think it is a footy club, end of the day. I know that's so corporate and gets very serious in the AFL industry, but the more these guys can just peel it back and just be these little kids running around having fun playing footy, no doubt that'll reflect on the field for them. So just try to embrace that.
Well, you did this with the AFLW squad, and they were rapt that you came in and do it. Starstruck even. Have you got it down to a finite speech? You got dot points, or you just wing it?
No, I suppose when you're talking about your own journey, you just in that reflective mode, and just try to it's good fun too, going back and thinking what you're up against and how nervous you were, particularly early days. We had Woosher, who's an intimidating man. So much, you're so in awe of him. So. I was a shy, nervous kid too. So it's just that personal development. I suppose you're on that journey early days too. So just embrace it and take it on and have fun.
You're senior relationship manager now at Front Australian Business Solutions, but you were there. It's been 7 years now.
Yeah.
So you went straight from footy to there. You must love what you're doing if you haven't left to join.
Yeah, So the owner of that business is Shane Smith. We're lucky enough to build a bit of a farm portfolio on the side of that in the finance company that is in front. I think my last 2 or 3 years has just started doing some work experience in there. So my day off was going in there, sitting back office and learning all the boring parts. But I suppose that's how I learn, a little bit different. I need to see it, touch it, feel it, do it to learn, rather than sitting in a lecture theatre or reading. So he was just really flexible and open book, and that was helping me on that journey. And we're still there and loving it.
So you're coming back here though, and you're talking to the first to thirds. You're going to see Boots. You're going to see Bung. We'll get to Bung in a minute. But you're seeing these blokes that have now dedicated their employment to continuing with footy. Was that ever a thought of, do I go down this path? Because you've clearly got the knowledge and the communicative skills to do it.
Yeah. Footy clubs are a really addictive place to be around. They are. You walk in and there's just a natural energy. For me, I probably wasn't that career coach sort of person that wanted to go down that path and, you have your 3 or 4 years maybe at your own club like West Coast, as the boys have done. But then the idea of having to move a family, to Victoria or Queensland, that wasn't something I was comfortable with doing. So I knew pretty early on that coaching probably wasn't something for me long term. It's as much as I love it and we're all in once you're there. I just knew it probably wasn't for me for that work-life balance.
I've tried to move Leck into the senior coach role at the under-10s at North Beach. Tells me he's too busy. You reckon that's on song, or is he pulling me chain?
He's a busy man, fishing and shooting and what else is surfing.
His Instagram looks like a full-time holiday.
Oh, mate, what a life. I don't know. I drive past poor Em every morning dropping kids at school. She's under the pump. So he's got a very, very good wife in Em.
Every time I see you, mate, you bog down with kids' sport. This is your full-time role outside of sport. So how much you got going on? How involved are you?
I love it. And I coach a little under-10 girls basketball team out at Joondalup. And
got a few stars in that team. Some good pedigrees.
The art to coaching is just having good players and a good team.
Yeah.
Because I am not a good coach, but I love it. It gets the adrenaline rush going.
Who's in that team of note, you know? Who are the fathers that are keeping a watchful eye over you and your coaching moves?
You've got a Wagstaff, you've got a Martin, Pierman. So there's some very, very good players in there.
And they're happy to handball to you. They say, mate, you're doing a good job. Keep it up.
I think they have more of a laugh watching me run up and down the coach, yelling and getting excited, than actually watching their daughters. But, mate, they just play with such flair and excitement and love for the game. So, yeah, I'm loving it. So the girls are 5 days a week basketball. My little boy, he's just started. But they're swimming, they're doing surf club, they're active. So that's what you want. I think if kids are playing team sport, doesn't matter what it is. I think there's so many life lessons to learn out of that. Being a good teammate, sacrificing yourself sometimes for the benefit of the team. All these little things, I think they're great life skills. So I encourage my kids to play as much sport and team sport as possible.
I'll be watching Malachi's Auskick career very closely. How we're going there. Are you still seeing any of the past Eagle boys? Is Bunga still coming around for dinner once a week?
Yeah, it's not once a week. He says he's busy, but I don't know what he's doing. He must be working out how to turn the computer on and code and all these sorts of things.
Yeah, it's new for him.
Oh, mate, I'd love to see it actually.
Yeah.
That's what makes footy so great. It's the friendships that you make along the way. They're lifelong. Unfortunately, you can't catch up as much as you'd like. Obviously, your life changes a lot post-footy, whether it's your family, new job, and that sort of thing. But it's like anything. Once you do catch up, it's like yesterday, and that's what I love about it.
I'll ask you a couple of footy-related things and then we'll go on, but the debute's got to be one of the coolest ones of any AFL story. Will you tell the first to 3-year boys about your debut and how unique it was of the game that it got played in? Yeah,
we've all got unique stories. Mine, no different. I only found out I was playing, a few hours before the bounce down.
Did you come in for Juddy in that game?
He was obviously out for that week, but we're going in with 2 rucks, playing down at Geelong, and it was a wet and boggy day. So the coaches decided to just go in with Coxie. Poor Mark Seavey, he pulled out, and I was lucky to come in, start on the bench. And
Is this in the day where you might not have seen action until the second quarter?
Yeah, the old days. It wasn't like even rotations, mate. You're sitting there, you're literally warming the bench. You come on 5, you're off for the next 15 sort of thing. Yeah. But I was lucky enough to get a bit of game time that day, and it was just one of those awesome experiences. Halfway through the third quarter, I was thinking, oh man, this is not really that cool.
No, it's almost 10 goals.
Yeah, it's just tick the box. Yep, played an AFL game, move on. But
a little bit, because I was wanted to know how invested you were in the score. Like you are and you're not in only an instance of your first game, right? So I know you're a team dude, Prid, but at the same time, it's like, oh, we're losing. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah. But geez, I want to play well here.
Yeah, it's all all those emotions first game. But then you start to see what made that 05-06 team tick. There's some amazing one-on-one efforts that you just think back now and just go, wow. But as a team, they just had massive belief. And you're talking Kerr, Cousins, Coxie, Stengler, and these sort of guys who, are champions of the footy club, but they just have amazing belief in themselves, never gave up, and just had their moment to shine and got it done.
I know it's 11 years on now, but I want to talk 2014 and the Brownlow real quick, because you're a shy dude, and you've even said it somewhere at some point. It didn't sit well with you winning this thing, which is an odd thing to hear, but that's your personality type. Want to celebrate the team's success and whatnot. Do you remember now reflecting on it? It was whirlwindy. Of like what that celebration night was like. Who kind of joined from all corners of the country to come and celebrate with you, and what that night was like now reflecting on it?
Yeah, reflecting, it's I can understand why I was so nervous. I didn't see myself as that sort of player. You've got the big names, the Swans, Buddy Franklin, Ablett, these sort of guys. That's who you see that award each year. You know who's going to be amongst it. For me, just being a role player, that's all I was. An inside, play the easiest role on the footy field, an inside mid. And I think we just had one of those years where it was a really even spread for our club. It was Simo's first year. And we were kind of building into the season. We finished the season really strong.
Yeah, missed out by a game or percentage.
Yeah, so it was an exciting last round for the AFL that year. And then across the board, Gary Ablett was the best player in the comp that year, and he went down with a shoulder, Rico, halfway through. So
was he dominating the count at that point?
Dominating, and if he carried on, probably would have set Paddy Cripps' record. Yep. So I was really lucky.
Did you have a few that night, or did you know what the media sort of demand and trying to celebrate it with family and everyone? It was sort of celebrating the night was almost pushed to the side a little bit. You had to come to the club the next day in Perth with family and do the whole charade. Yeah. Probably in the back of your mind you had to do that.
Yeah, going in I was a little bit nervous because they do the predictions and all that sort of stuff, and even that you're amongst the votes. And then I was looking at it thinking some of my best games were our losses. And I thought, even if I got ones or twos in that, this is going to get real nerve-wracking. And early on, I was picking up those votes, and I thought, geez, here we go. So, very little drinking that night, and just trying to prepare how am I going to cope with this? What am I going to do? What am I going to say? All that sort of stuff. All
right, I've got a hypothetical for you. West Coast are playing in a prelim. You're past it now. You're on the couch with everyone else watching.
Standard.
West Coast are playing in a prelim. Clashes with Subi playing a GF. What are you going to go watch?
Well, I've got a match day role with Subi at the moment, so I'll have to be there with maybe the Eagles boys playing on the side, which goes on.
What are you doing? What are you doing there?
So I'm just doing a little bit of 1 day a week sort of thing, sitting with Nigel Hamilton, who's the midfield coach, and it's been great fun. It's just a little bit of a footy fix for myself. Obviously, my kids are only 12, 10 and 7, so footy hasn't really ramped up for my young fella yet. So it's just keeping your hand in a little bit, and also giving back to a Waffle Club who was just huge for my development. And I'm really grateful for everything they did to get me going. So just giving back a little bit. But also just love, as I said before, they're an infectious place. They're so fun to be around. So I'm driving home after a night there, and you're up and about.
All right, what's bringing you back to Optus then, Pred? Is it a past players' day? Is it if they get you to release Aussie out the gate? Is it a retirement of one of the boys that you might have shared some time with? Like, what's bringing you out to Optus?
Yeah, for me, you want to see these young kids start to build their own, pathway and see them from bottom up. So, they're going to have some tough times early days. They'll have some good wins and they'll have some tough losses, but that's what makes you. And it makes the group stronger. So I'm excited to see that. It's also something I can do with my kids too. You come along to games and they enjoy the whole experience. Optus Stadium is world class, and there's not many better venues to watch footy. So, it's one thing I'm really excited to get to more footy as the years progress.
Finally seen JD in a Roos jumper the other week in the preseason. TB in a Hawks jumper. How does that sit with you?
I suppose that's where the game's going, isn't it?
I was going to ask if you think that even would happen in 7-10 years ago, and whether that's the place where...
I don't think so, but I think, it's going to happen more and more. And as guys get later in their career, it's going to purely depend where your club is at. And for both those boys, if our flag is 5 to 8 years away, well then you can't fault them for trying to go to another club and try to be, play a role within a side that's contending. So that's going to be consistent. Every club's going to be dealing with that. It is big business now. I do love the whole one club player sort of thing. But
something tells me if Freo rocked up with the dump truck in 2018 to you'd go, mate, I can't. Principle, I can't do it.
But I was done, mate. I was a one-trick pony. No one comes knocking for that type player.
All right, Pred, mate, I know how busy you are, and you got to get downstairs to actually talk to the group and have an impact of what they're doing match day. So they're up here talking absolute narm with me. Thanks for your time. Don't be a stranger around the club. It's always great to see you.
Thank you, mate. Great to be with you.